Hello, welcome. I'm Melissa. This is Chai. He says hi. We are going to be tackling a little planty project in that room right there. That project is hanging a new shelf, and we're going to be repotting the Hoyas that are in there that are overdue. They haven't been repotted yet, and I really want to get them into a fresh mix. I want to just kind of style that little space. I'm going to take you in there here in just a second and show you what I'm talking about. I did get some new things to hang there, and I'm super excited. I think it's going to turn out really well. This is the little area that I want to redo. This is a west window, so I get a little bit of sun that comes through in the evenings. These are the 3 Hoyas, and they haven't been repotted yet. I have a Hoya bilobata, I have a Lacunosa snowcaps, and we have a wayetii. The rod that they're currently on is just for a curtain. It's not out very far from the wall at all, so I got something that extends a little bit further that will give the plants more room to hang so that they're not like up close to the window. I got some new hanging planters recently too, and I just think it's going to overall make this area look so much better. I don't know if I'm gonna leave these bars here, these shelves. I got these, I think these were from Target a while ago, like years ago, and I don't know if they're taking away from the window. I just kind of hung them there when I was redoing this section when we first moved in. So I think what I'll do first is I'm going to take down everything that's there and then hang the new bar, and then we'll repot the plants next and then redecorate it, because I'm gonna have to fill in the holes and like sand and paint any weird markings, and I don't want to hang the plants until it's like nicely freshly painted and all that, and I know that stuff takes a little bit of time to dry, so I figure while that's drying, before I sand it, I could repot the plants. What you doing? Oh, pretty good. What you doing? This is very similar to what I have in my plant room. This just like twist on the end of it here. But what I'm trying to figure out which way I want to hang it. So this is the very end, and it comes with the 2 bars that you screw into here. So it's just like a long bar that comes out. I was just trying to decide if I should hang it up off the ceiling like this, you know, or if I should hang it this way from the wall. I'm thinking I should just hang it this way from the wall, like that. And it comes with the packet of screws and anchors. I'm definitely gonna need the anchors. I gotta go get my drill out of the garage so I can anchor this into the wall. I just gotta be very specific because I don't wanna mess it up. I'll probably end up just doing one, and then, you know, I have to make it even so that I can screw it in and it's not gonna be crooked. I know when I hung it up in my plant room, it was kind of a pain. I don't know why. I hate hanging stuff sometimes. It's just a pain. So yeah, I'll be back on here shortly, and we'll get this hung and get those plants repotted here soon. I seriously want to say so many F-bombs right now just to get it out of my system. That was a nightmare. I do not recommend that shelf. Do not buy it. Do not buy it. I am warning you. I don't know why it was so difficult. I had to like lower it. You could see the screw got jammed and I was like trying to get it out. Wouldn't come out, so I made a huge hole in the wall. So I had to move it down. The anchors that it came with weren't working. The screws that it came with weren't working. I had to go find some extra screws that were long enough. A couple of the holes, thank goodness, aren't studs. And now I think it looks crooked because it was having a hard time going in. It like lowered on one side. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not that noticeable. Look at these jacked up screws. Like, do you see? That is messed up. So yeah, who knows? If I don't like this, I'm just gonna pull it down and spackle the whole thing and just say, screw this project. I am back. We are gonna start our repots now. I have the whole table here set up. I am going to start on the first Hoya, and I got all the pots laid out that I'm gonna do, and I found some like nursery pots that fit, so I'm excited to get these finally repotted. I got all these from Ikea, this one here, and then those two were a set in this box here. That is the name of that one, and it has the hangers here that connect to the pot. And then this is the nursery pots that kind of fit perfectly. This is a 6-inch and it fits like right down in there. And this one here is an 8-inch and that one fits perfectly. And then this one here, I didn't have one that fit the best, but this was like the best one I could find. This is I believe this is a 6-inch nursery pot that I had. It kind of fits in there pretty good. It's a little bit of a lip like over, but that's okay. I feel like you can't really notice. And it has the extension if I need it. This is the mix I'm using. It's my normal mix that I've been making. I did add some tree fern into here, and I'm gonna be adding some cocoa chips in here as well, just to add some moisture retention in there because it's very aerated. I made this super chunky the last time I made it. I am making a new mix soon. I ordered some supplies because I was out of pretty much everything. Especially for my poles, I want to add more rocks in it to make it more stable at the base, like more heavy, so that they don't topple over. So I am going to be adjusting it. I'm going to add some Osmocote because I don't really water my Hoyas that often. I sort of neglect them. They don't get watered like my other plants. So I want to make sure I have that in the soil. And the first one I'm repotting is this one. This is a Lacunosa, but it's a snow caps. It's not very like, the leaves aren't very snow cappy. It has bloomed for me several times. A couple of the blooms died off, but you can see the peduncles there on the bottom. And yeah, it's still in the Costa mix. A lot of this is very hard and compacted. I should probably soak it first, but I'm going to take off a lot of the old soil and like replenish it. So I'll probably put this one in one of the smaller pots over there. I got all these Hoyas last year, I believe, like early last year. I found them all at the big box store, and I keep telling myself like all of last year, oh, I was gonna get them repotted, I'll do it. But these have been really neglected, really neglected. It's a beautiful Hoya though. It's definitely thirsty. I would advise against repotting when they're super thirsty, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, very hard and compacted root ball. I actually might water in some of that Marful stuff that I still have that they sent me to try. I did water it in my Adansonii pole and it did stop the shock. I don't know, it just was the combination of me like giving it extra food, and so I definitely want to go ahead and use it. I feel like that would help these out. If there's like some crusties on the roots, like the old soil, I'm not going to pull it all off because again, I don't want to stress this plant out to death, but any pieces I'm just going to take off. I did pull some roots off, but that is okay. It definitely needs a soil refresh. So we are gonna do this one. This is just cocoa chips. It's wet, so I'm gonna leave it in here to kind of air dry before I mix it into my normal mix. I'll just use like a part of this, and then once it's all dry, I'll probably store it in a bin and seal it. But yeah, it just comes like in a hard, a hard brick. I got it off Amazon. I'm gonna put a little bit like down in here. Mix a little bit of the cocoa chips in here too. So it's kind of looking somewhat like that. I could probably use a bigger pot, but that's okay. It's like roughly the same size, and it really wasn't that rooted. I feel like Hoyas don't mind being root bound. I'd rather have them be snug than too much soil. I like to kind of flip one side over once I get the middle filled in, and then fill in the edges. And it's okay if some of the leaves are buried in the soil. A lot of those will yellow off and kind of crisp up. It's kind of pressing down and making sure to get the edges really good. I do want to add a bit of Osmocote. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, this Hoya is going to appreciate that so much. Looks so good. So I just kind of filled in like the middle and then kind of lifted up and filled and pressed in all the edges all the way around. There's a bit of a mess in here. So this is what I'm going to mix in my water to water in. It's a soil enhancer. This smells like fish, but I think it'll help after the repotting. Now I believe it's 30 mils roughly per liter, and this thing is 1 liter. So I should have a fourth a cup here somewhere. I thought I did. I might just eyeball it though. This is 20 mils, so we'll do this up to the top. That should be roughly 30 mls. This is the top of my silica measurement thing. Let's mix that around. And give her a good drink. All right, I'm gonna let her sit in here and drain a bit. I kind of threw some water on her leaves, and then we'll grab the next Hoya. Next up is Hoya bilobata, another big box store purchase. This one has just started blooming for me. The blooms did fall off. It didn't have a lot of blooms, but it had some starting. I do have a Burton A, and the Burton A was my oldest Hoya, and it's in the other bedroom because that whole shelf in my bedroom that has all the Hoyas, some mealies keep popping up on them, even though I dealt with them like all summer and stuff. They were by the east window, and they just like, I let the mealies go crazy because I was trying lacewings, and they're still not gone. So I don't want those Hoyas anywhere else, because Hoyas that are in my plant room and Hoyas that are like these 3 Hoyas didn't get affected by mealies, so I want to keep them in their spot. But yeah, since the Burton A that I have bloomed constantly until I had to like repot it and stuff, so I'm glad the bilobata is blooming now. I feel like they're pretty easy bloomers. I probably do need to check the roots on the other Hoyas though, even though I had repotted some of them, because I keep seeing like people with root mealies, and that scares me. So yeah, just kind of poking around in here. It's a lot easier when it's wet. This is still a little bit moist in the middle, so, but definitely could probably use a water. Okay, I was able to remove most of that without like having to separate them. I didn't really lose too many roots, but that's just all the, you know, the mix that came off. I just kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I just kind of massage it and whatever breaks away. So I'm gonna try and take this big clump as is and pot it up. I'm gonna do some of this and mix in a lot of our cocoa chips. And let's go ahead and add our Osmocote. Let's try and get this all down in here. And then we're gonna flip. All right, this one is done. Again, she's a little squished because I downsized a little bit of her pot, but it's okay. I would rather them be more root bound. I'll probably end up like propagating her in some time here when she kind of situates, and like give her a haircut. But yeah, she's so cute. I love that I'm repotting these and giving these like a fresh makeover, especially since I hadn't done it before. The wayetii is next. I would say this is the one that needs it probably the most, because I feel like it dries out more quickly. So I'm glad that I'm gonna use the 8" for here. So I feel like that would be best for this one. So yeah, kind of same thing. And this is the last Hoya that we'll kind of do for that shelf in there. I may eventually add like 1 or 2 more Hoyas that are in my plant room to that wall area. But we'll see. I think I'll do these 3 just for today though. Well, yeah, look at the roots on her. I would say she's definitely the most rooted. This one's still a little bit damp too, so that's helping. It's not so dry that the roots are sticking to the dry soil, you know? That looks so good in there. Are you really a plant parent if your hands and fingers don't look like this? I am going to give her a water now and head back into the bedroom. I have to sand and paint in there before I can hang these up. And yeah, I'll show you kind of what they look like and in their new pots and everything. And I'm super excited. Here's a look at the wall. You can see all the paint job and everything is all cleaned up. And so with the bar, I painted the screws white just now. They're still kind of drying. And then there's two spots that are missing a screw because it's not in a stud and the anchors weren't working right. So that's okay though. And yeah, I'm still waiting on some of the paint to dry. You can kind of see there, it's still kind of wet. I may go back over it again just so that you can't really see that. So yeah, I feel like it looks good as far as the distance from the wall. It's out further, so I feel like you can easily close the blinds and stuff now and they can come out a little bit more. I just didn't like how squished they were against the window before. We're gonna do this one first. I fed the hanger through, it just kind of fed through the holes there, so it's pretty easy. And then this is the Hoya, the bilobata that we're gonna do into here. I'm not a fan of like macrame and stuff because I prefer to take my plants down to water and stuff, but this is just 3 cords, so I feel like it would be okay. I usually only take these to my shower about not even once a month, maybe like every 6 weeks. Okay, something is messed up here. It looks cute though in here. That is so cute, hanging there. It's away from the blinds. I could probably knot it up higher if I wanted to so it doesn't hang so low, but I feel like that's good. They're freshly repotted. I definitely don't want to put too much weight on that bar, so I feel like the 3 Hoyas, they are screwed into the stud that is behind the drywall, but I had a hard time getting the screws into it, so I think it's pretty secure. I don't think it would come crashing down. If it did, I'd probably cry. Next up is this one. It has the longer hook here to make it longer if I wanted. I feel like I'm probably not going to use this for right now. I feel like I could hook this on one of the S hooks because I don't want this one too low to the ground. So we're going to do the Lacunosa snow caps. Oh, that looks really cute. I don't know, I kind of want the bar. I feel like it makes it unique. Let me see how low it goes to the ground with this. Oh, okay, it's not too low. Ooh, that looks really good. I love that. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful hanging one. I wish I got more of those from Ikea. I'm trying to think, I think they just had this one size though. That is beautiful. I'm a little worried with this one because it's really heavy because it's completely wet right now. So it weighs a lot, but we're gonna fit her into here. She fits in here so well. I just gotta get this one. I'm a little anxious that that's gonna come flying out of the wall. I love it so much. This one here, especially in the middle, this one looks so good. I love that pot. So again, these are all from Ikea. And then the bar, the white bar, was from Amazon. I'm sure you could find other brands that are probably better quality than that one. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a pain. But it was worth it in the end because they're beautiful. I love how that looks. So hopefully they don't like stress too much from the repot. I really think they'll do fine. I don't feel like I stress them that much. And plus I watered in the Marfil in all 3 of them. So that should hopefully help with any kind of shock they may end up going through. And then here's what it looks like kind of back away. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm kind of missing those shelves there, but I think I'm going to leave them off. I don't know what to do with them. I just feel like, I don't know. I may add them back. We'll see, but not today. But yeah, I'm going to clean up my mess here. I really hope you enjoyed this little video and setup. I definitely have some more Hoyas to repot. I know some of you were asking me to do more Hoya content, and I have several like probably in my plant room that I need to either repot. I have some props that I probably need to add back in. So, and I need to treat all those mealies or those Hoyas in the bedroom that have mealies again. So I don't know. Hoyas aren't my favorite genus, so I feel like I don't really share or talk about them much because of that reason. And I feel like the whole mealy situation with them is kind of annoying. But yeah, I still love Hoyas. They're just not my favorite. But let me know how you think it turned out. I really love it. Which style of planter do you like? I really like the middle one. I think it looks really good. That set up in Ikea, I'll put a thing over the screen so you can see it set up in the store. I just think that was so beautiful. I don't know where you get those round things that the planters were hanging on, because that would have been perfect if I would have had like 2 or 3 of those. I just don't know where you would have gotten something like that. Maybe that instead of the bar. But yes, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you here soon.